What I build will outlive me. That's the promise I'm making to myself. You should make that promise to yourself. My name is Dr. Martin Williams. What I love to do is make sure people aren't ignorant and they discover and develop who they are and deploy that into the world that makes sense and never get lost in it. You should be able to live in this world and live your life in it and not get lost in it. All right. So when we start thinking about wealth and it's looked at generationally, this is a powerful and amazing thought process. And I hope you're linked in. I hope you're synced in. I hope you're joining into this thought process. Land, systems, institutions, or generational tools. Land, businesses, which are systems, but I'll just say that word. Land, businesses, systems, institutions. Those are tools that build wealth. Your job might be paying you well, but you have to turn that job into something, a system, a 401k, a saving system, an investment system, something. See, those are generational tools. And in our world that we live in, this is what I have to deal with every day. Being involved in banking, being involved in leadership, being involved in institutions, being involved in owning land and building systems. I'm telling you, that's where the wealth is built. What happens when you're able to leave land, when you're able to leave businesses, when you're able to leave systems, when you're able to leave institutions to this world? You've just given them a generation to build on. And that's all that we see in the Bible. What we see in our kingdom is land ownership. What we see in our kingdom is city building. What we see in our kingdom is governance systems. In our governments, we see family lines. Why do we see all of this in the world we live in? Why? Because land and systems outlive individuals. The opportunity to build something outlives you because they'll have it to build on. Cash flows. All these systems create cash flows. All these systems create something that when you are no longer here, cash is still being made. Structures remain. Listen to me carefully. God builds institutions so purpose doesn't die with people. God wants you and me to build businesses, institutions, schools, savings, trust funds, all of this. He wants us to build it. Why? Because these institutions now can have purpose, be on purpose, with purpose. And because of that, they don't die with me or you. They outlive us. Now, I once was young. I'm a bit older now. I'm just a bit older now. But this is all I've been thinking about since I was 12. I'm telling you, when your mom and dad passes away and for 48, 50 hours a week, you're trying to figure out who's going to take care of us. There's still 4 kids. The oldest is 14 or 13. The others are 12 and 6, 12 and 10 and 2. What's going to happen? What was left for us? Well, we had a house. The house was paid for, so we could stay there. It was a system. It was safe. It was warm. It was cold in the. You get what I'm saying? Those things build a space for people to think. Now, that's what my parents left. But what do I leave? How do I build on that from generation to generation to generation? That's the true question. So if your plans can't outlive you, and I'm harping on it, right? If you're still listening to this, it means you're really tapped in. If your plans can't outlive you, what does that mean? Do you believe you don't have plans and they won't outlive you? Is that an incomplete life? This is the time to evaluate and evaluate what I'm talking about. Can it survive your absence? Will it live past you? Will they make changes? Of course, there might be changes. There might be adaptation, adapting in what you left. But you still have to leave something that they can adapt, that can live up to what you left for them. Can it function without your presence? Or will it all fall apart like a house of cards once you're gone? Can it be led by others? Can someone lead this plan that you've put in place? Is there a team already put together before you leave? That's the question. Can someone else lead it? Or is it stuck here in your head? Is it in writing? Are there leaders being trained? Are there leaders being questioned? Are there leaders being raised up in your business, in your institutes, in your systems, in your family? Do you have family meetings where you're having these discussions with your kids? If the answer is no, then your work is unfinished. You got to get back to work, my friend. You've got to get back to work and finish this. I don't care what it is you're leaving behind. Even if it's an idea, meet around that idea. Leave a system. Think about that to your family. A plan that requires you forever was never fully built if you haven't done it. Build a plan that includes you forever. That's the goal. That's the intent. That's the expectation. Listen to me quickly. Wealth is measured across generations. Am I clear? Speed without structure destroys continually. Just trying to get something fast. One thing fails, another thing you try to get it fast, something fails. No, speed, it's the continuity that changes everything. Governance protects your increase. Once you make money, once you get an asset and you have a system around it that keeps it, that manages it, it's going to protect your increase. It's going to protect your increase. Your inheritance requires, though, instruction. You're going to have to teach someone. You're going to have to be a part of a system that helps people understand what you were building and why, and how to manage it through the next part of their life, the next part of your business. Well, I had 2 children and I've already given one of my kids one business and the other kid, but now I have 5 other businesses. What do I do with them? Have a succession plan. Start interviewing the people that would rise up in leadership. Pick your leaders before you leave. Give that business 5 different people that are prepared to lead it before you go, before you leave here, before you check out. Right? So legacy now proves success. I don't need any other proof that I've been successful other than I left something for the next generation. I don't know if you and I know the same ruler, the same king, the same God, but I do know this about the King of Kings and his kingdom. God is not raising momentary success stories. That's not what he's after. He's really establishing multi-generational builders. That's you and me. We are multi-generational builders. We think and plan for the future. If you just want to know something plain and simple, wealth that doesn't think generationally will disappear personally. It'll disappear with you. Not because God removes it, but because it was never really designed to last. Do your best to design something that would last. I'm going to encourage you to do a couple things. Watch this video again, at least once more. Take notes while you watch it. Ask yourself the questions. Am I going to leave something behind? What can I build that's worthy of my life that others will be able to see, live in, think about? What platforms can I build? What systems, what foundations, what kind of family? What do I want my children to know before I leave? What do I want to give them? A life insurance policy? Absolutely. Houses? Absolutely. Foundations? Businesses, opportunities that you have built. Those are called wealth. Relationships. Who are you going to what families you're going to introduce your children to, that when you're gone, they'll be able to trust these families? That is wealth, my friend. That is wealth. And you and I deserve wealth. We don't need to feel guilty about it. We don't need to feel like we're asking for too much. We need to understand that wealth is ours and we should be loving it. Go ahead and subscribe and watch the next video.